Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to try to use what's on my desk for a tag. I'm going to try and work this out. But I'm rubbish with measurements. So I am gonna, if I go 3.5, then 7, and then 10.5, I think that's probably okay. So we're gonna go 3.5, 7, 10.5. Now all I've got here is an A4 sheet of card. That's it. So I am going to grab my cutter and I'm going to cut it down to this point here. Okay, so we now have 10.5 inches or centimetres, inches rather, width, which gives us 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, and I've just cut the excess piece off here. You can do these tags whatever size you want them to be, in fairness. I am going to cut this down a little bit further because I don't want it quite as tall as it is. So I'm not going to measure, I am just going to just cut some of this down. Okay, that's better. Now, what I need to do next is I'm going to need to take some length of number 2 and number 3. And it's going to be the same amount of length, I think, what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to measure again, I'm just going to use my ruler. And I'm going to take this cut line all the way over to there. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this down here. Oops, it's easy. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take this down here. So what I've done is I've cut each of these down by the width of my ruler. Okay, so there you can see like a stepped, kind of stepped action there. I'm just going to tidy this up here. Well, not that it particularly matters, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my card, which I use for my tags, and I'm going to go with this size here. Now this is going to be a bit tricky probably, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw my cut mark there, and I'm going to, oops-a-daisy, draw my cut mark there. I'm going to do the same on the other tags. I'm going to draw my cut mark there. I'll do this one while I go in. And there. Now, if you don't have A4 card, or you've got other scraps of card, whatever you've got, you can just attach these pieces, 3 separate pieces, and attach them together. Just use a piece of washi or something to do that. So I'm going to use my scissors now, because this is going to be fun. So I'm going to try and cut down to those marks there. Like so. So I hope you are with me still. This one, I saw a video, I think it was Eve from Scrapbooking With Me gave me the idea for this one. And it was a Z fold card, or Z fold card. Gosh, I need to sort these scissors out. Not today. So we've actually got 3 now tag shapes, and we're going to have them so that they fold like this. We've got a nice little Z fold going on. So, okie dokie. Let's start then with, we need to do some decoration. So, the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do some stenciling, and I'm going to use my favourite coffee dye stencil. Oh gosh, got a bit of a thing going on here. And I'm going to do some stenciling, and then we can do some decorating and layering and whatever it is we want to do. So let's grab, I'm going to use vintage photo. I think I'm going to use for this one. I normally use walnut stain, but I think I'm going to use some vintage photo. And all I'm going to do is just add some coffee stains in no particular order on both sides of my cards. So I hope you're all well. We are so close to the end now. It's crazy, but what an absolute journey it has been, this challenge, and I've loved every moment of it. Don't get me wrong, it's been a little bit challenging, but just trying to keep up, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it. So I've loved taking you guys along the journey with me. Okay, so let's think about this now. I'm going to use some green card that I have. I'm actually going to use a different colour green because I think that one will go better with that, which it does. So I'm going to, let's think about this now. Yeah. And I'm going to use some of this beautiful paper that I had off Deb's. Oh, absolutely adore it. So I think I'm going to do, let's take the edges of this off, even though it's beautiful. I just want some of the text for this one. And I will use those edges because the colours are just, the paper is just gorgeous. Gorgeous! Okay, so I'm not gonna specifically measure as such. I'm just going to tear some bits here and there. Okay, and what I'm going to do with these is I will just scruff the edges a little bit, but I'm only going to do that on the top and bottom, I think, like that, just to give it a little bit of interest. Not that it needs any more interest, because these book pages are stunning. So I'm going to go here on this large card here. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other large side. I still can't believe we're almost there. It's been a crazy month, but it seems to have just flown, you know. So I think I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss seeing your tags every day, especially on the Facebook group. Don't take too much off, but just raggedy, give us a bit more of a raggedy edge. Okay, so that's going to go there like that. I did say I was going to use that card, but it does go, but the more I look at it, the more I know I love that one instead. So I'm going to go back to that. Got another piece there, slightly darker, but I think I'll stick to that. Now, the only problem with this card is it's murder to tear, because it's just so thick. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here, like that. And I'm going to pop this one here. Just take a little bit of that brown off. Not that I mind it, but just going to take a little bit off because it's quite thick. There, like that. Okay. And then with the smaller I did say I was going to use just what was on my desk, but technically, this stuff is on my desk because it's by the side of me. So I'm not sure that I'm cheating. Bam, 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 bam. Now, I'm not going to go to town because a lot of this is only going to show when it's open. So that it'll only show once that is open, because we're going to be folding like this. And I don't want to bulk it too much either, because it just won't close otherwise. Whereas this one here is going to be on show more. Well, it is, but it's going to be on the back. Oh, gunky. Oh. Okay. Gosh, it's like spiders, isn't it? I don't know how many times I've said that, man, but it is. It's like spider web. Okay. Now, on the back one, I'm going to put one of our flowers on here like that. You've all seen this kind of design because I've used this collage-y type design on a couple of these tags. I think it's my new favourite thing. And I'm using Fabri-Tac on this just because it's going on some different textures. So that'll be the back of the card, not the front. Okay, so that's the front, and that'll be the back. Okay, now I don't think, I'm not sure if I've got enough. I did have a good, oh there it is. I don't know whether that on its own will go there, which it will, yeah, it will. So I'm going to put that on its own, but I am going to cut the bottom bit off. And we're just going to glue this one. There's been so many questions on these as well, these on the comments on these, and I'm really trying to keep up, but I am a little bit behind, so I will get to you, I promise, as soon as I can. Okay, and then what I want to do with this middle section is I want to create a pocket, and that was already on my desk, so I think I'm gonna just use that as it is. And I might put a little bit more ink on that. Like that. And then I also want to use a pocket on this one here. It's a bit narrow, that's better. Oh, gosh. It's been one of those days today. Everything's flying out of my hands. And the only thing really I'm trying to be mindful of with these pockets is I don't want them to show, because they're going to kind of be hidden pockets. and I don't want them to show too much from the inside, if you know what I mean. Now, if you really wanted to, I'm not going to because I don't want the tag to be humongously thick, but you could have used this as a belly band, could have done the same on the back. There's just loads and loads and loads you can do. But I just want to keep it relatively simple. And then all I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do it on the first one. I'm going to pop one of these on the second one. And the third one. I never know which place these are supposed to be in. If I'd had them in the other colour green, I would have used that. But it's okay. So they're roughly in the same spot there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little hole in there. Like that. And I cut a little hole in there. And I really am just winging this one, I'm so sorry. So it's going to be like that, isn't it? So I'm going to put a nice flower eyelet in there, like that. Try and do that a bit tighter, like that. And I'm also going to put an eyelet in here. Oh gosh, that one doesn't feel like he wants to lost him at all. They are quite thick, mind. And it's going on thick card, which probably doesn't help. But hey-ho. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get some, I'll get a jump ring. I'm going to pop, I've got two little charms here. One's, well, they're both flowers, but one says handmade with love. And the other one, I don't know if you can see hand, you'll have to excuse my hands, got dye all over them now in blue. Handmade, or just handmade, not handmade with love. So I'm going to pop that onto a jump ring there. I'm going to pop that onto a jump ring. And then I'm going to get a ball pin. And I'm just going to attach that to our back piece there. So we've got our charms. Now if you really want to, you can, come on, if you really want to, you can put another dangle in there, which would dangle down even more, and that would look quite cool, I think. But I'm just going to leave that one like that. And to keep it closed, I am going to simply oh, I seem to have lost. Oh, they're over there. Hang on. And to keep it closed, I am literally going to use try and use these. I'm not sure that that's going to work, so I may have to use these little clips here. So I'm going to pop one there like that, and I am going to pop one there like that. I am actually going to use another charm. 2 secs. Okay, so I've just done exactly the same tag, just exactly the same charm there. Oh, it's not going to go in now. Exactly the same. I'm going to pop that on there, pop that through there, pop that through there, turn it around, I don't know why this one won't move in there. Does not want to do that. Let's try from the front here. That's sometimes a bit easier. You might think that's overkill now, so you may just want to do one. But that is our zigzag or Z shape tag with a couple of dangles, a couple of paper clips, and we have got a couple of pockets inside as well. So yeah, oh, I don't like those dangles. I'm going to have to seriously change those. Oh, they're nice when they're doing what they're supposed to. And I might ink around the edge just to define that a little bit more. But that is our zigzag Z shaped tag. This one was a little bit all over the place, to be honest, so I am sorry if you were trying to follow me and having difficulties. It's coming to the end now, and I really have found some of these difficult to kind of keep up with. So we're on the homeward stretch, and I'm running out of tag ideas. So I hope that even though this one was a little bit all over the place, I hope that you kind of bear with me. It still is a great example of a tag to make. Really is very, very cool. And inspired by another great artist. So yeah, it definitely looks better. I think inked up a bit more grunge. And those two have finally turned around. So there we go. That is our finished tag. If you are crafting along, I can't wait to see your versions. I've been blown away. I've learned so much from watching you guys. The ideas have been really inspiring that I've seen you guys come up with. So thank you again very, very much for joining in. Gosh, we really haven't got long left to do. I think it's, I don't know if it's the 28th or the 29th today. It's one of those. So we really are coming to an end. I will leave it there because otherwise I'll start waffling. And that's the last thing you need to hear. So as I said, I hope you guys are well. And, you know, until we catch up again, as always, stay safe. And I will speak to you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.